Hi, my name is Christoph and I'm very happy to present to you Dungeons of Dreadrock. It all started as a hobby project focused on game design ideas and the Unity tilemap and 2D Lights technologies. 1 year into the project, I found Dimitri, aka Yes I Do Pixels on Twitter, to replace the environment stock assets I'd been using, and that's also when I first learned about high-resolution pixel art that has this very designy touch and manages to look both retro and modern at the same time. Just like me. Next up, I found Tiffany on Fiverr, and her expressive narrator's voice instantly pushed production quality right to another level. And last, I replaced the stock asset characters I've been using with the help of Fabian, aka 4bit, after seeing exactly this excellent gif of a zombie on his Twitter. Now, Dungeons of Dreadrock is best described as a real-time, grid-based, top-down, puzzle-focused dungeon crawler, or, more intuitive, as Eye of the Beholder from a top-down perspective. Some of you might be too young to remember those original 1980s grid-based dungeon crawlers, but I really loved them as a kid and I wanted to recreate the experience these games provided in an as modern and minimalist as possible way, to address more than just their usual niche and retro audience. The major design decisions to achieve this were to make it top-down with a single one-hittable character instead of a party, focus on puzzles more than combat, avoid repetition and surprise the player whenever possible, get rid of tedious inventory management and instead provide short session fun in a just as cozy as dark atmosphere. And of course, on top of all that, it was important to me to tell a compelling story and create the thrill and immersion of being deep inside a dungeon. For the target audience, I started out with my own peer group in mind. I'm an adult former gamer, I hardly play games anymore. And the usual reason people like me will give you is, I don't have the time anymore. But I think that's not the whole truth, we just have very high expectations on how we spend our precious time. So I'd argue, while casual gamers will demand accessibility and core gamers will demand depth of gameplay, we, the elderly former gamers with obligations, require both to find a game worth our while. We do have 30 minutes, yes, but you must not bore us with repetition and you must not expect us to spend that time learning the UI and control scheme of your game. So I tried to create a game that is both highly accessible and provides depth of gameplay. And at least in theory, that should make it appealing to an exceptionally broad audience. The current business model is free to play with ads and a single premium in-app purchase to remove those ads. But this whole project wasn't planned out to be successful in terms of money. It's really more about how many people play and enjoy the game, and I'm very happy that I was able to bring this story of gender equality and self-determination to so many players of different ages and cultures all around the world, and I'm convinced that I can somehow build on that success. So what's up next? A lot of people have been asking for more in their reviews, and it's incredibly rewarding and motivating to see that kind of appreciation. I'd love to create a sequel that lives up to part 1, but my current budget and time constraints wouldn't allow me to meet my own expectations here. And while any publisher would probably be happy to sell an add-on, to me that smelled a lot like diminishing the main story. But then, I read a comment on the game's trailer on YouTube where some D&D nerd objected that you can't simply kill a lich without destroying the relic first, which is in D&D lore what a Horcrux is in Harry Potter. And that got me thinking, maybe I could extend the game without extending its timeline. What if someone you encountered destroyed the King's Relic without you knowing in a parallel timeline? So this is currently undisclosed to the public, but I'm already building new content, puzzles and mechanisms, carefully expanding the narrative universe and raising the bar of our indie production quality. I'm excited to continue this learning journey together with Dimitri, Tiffany and Fabian. Rest assured that we will work hard and put a lot of love and passion into continuing this story. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.